What makes the moon stay in orbit, and how does that relate to consciousness? Man's motion has not been in a long line forward. Man's motion has been circular. He's moved, but he's always moved about a lodestone center. Each time in his moving, he's covered a cycle or a circle that never meets its own line in completion. Such a circle is known as a spiral. Yet man, for all his moving, for all his spiral ascending, has been going nowhere. Where indeed is there a final place for him to go? What makes the moon stay in orbit? In the world of matter or cause and effect, there are two forces in everything. In a bar magnet, we call them positive and negative. Gravity is the pull or positive force coming from the Earth, but there are two forces in balance required to keep the moon in orbit: an equal and opposite or push negative force. The moon, as well as the sun, stars, electrons, and all the bodies in the universe, unless disturbed, remain in balance, or zero, as a result of these two forces. Mathematically, positive plus negative equals zero, where zero represents balance. Magnetism, or cosmic glue, allows each electron to move about its nucleus, each satellite to move about its planet, and each planet about its sun. Each sun moves about its centrosome, some vaster star in which its suns are planets. Year upon year, age upon age, this orbital movement goes on. Eon follows eon, and still the circular swinging persists. Finally, all centrosomes, all great stars, move in their turn about the universal center, and there in free space suspends the mighty universe, the sum total of all moving planetary bodies, performing like clockwork, with no travel accomplished, because there's nowhere to travel. It's so with man's consciousness. Tiny God particles of consciousness start out functioning or revolving as satellites about the planet of some older and more unfolded spirit. In time, they unfold to the dimensions of mental worlds, but even as worlds, they revolve around suns. And when they unfold to mammoth suns of intellects themselves, with all lesser orbs in movement around them, they swing together in spirals around the stars of vaster intellects. They're not going anywhere, they're developing. Their developing is this: they are unfolding from within themselves, expanding and deploying, culturing the great God consciousness that is their vital essence. The secret of what is happening in great cosmos is this: for mortal or immortal consciousness to unfold itself, to know itself for what it is, it must operate in relation to something. It must have areas of spiritual terrain for acts of comparing itself with that which lies outside itself, as depicted in things of form. Conscious life is that aspect of self-recognizing observation, which proceeds to demark its own essence from the materials or objects that are in no wise a part of it. The degree to which this recognition proceeds determines the degree or quality of the consciousness.